Quotes from Francois Fenelon. From the Kindle, Deep Christian Quotes and Bible Verses. First quote. You can often help others more by correcting your own faults than theirs. Remember, and you should, because of your own experience, that allowing God to correct your faults is not easy. Be patient with people, wait for God to work with them as He wills. Second quote. All earthly delights are sweeter in expectation than in enjoyment, but all spiritual pleasures more in fruition than in expectation. Third quote. A general rule for the good use of time is to accustom oneself to live in a continual dependence on the Spirit of God. Fourth quote. If we were faultless, we should not be so much annoyed by the defects of those with whom we associate. Fifth quote. We must have faith during the period of our grief. We think that our afflictions will be greater than we can bear, but we do not know the strength of our own hearts, nor the power of God. He knows all. He knows every folding of the heart and also the extent of the sorrow that He inflicts. What we think will overwhelm us entirely only subdues and conquers our pride. Our renewed spirit rises from its subjugation with a celestial strength and consolation. Sixth quote. The greatest of all crosses is self. If we die in part every day, we shall have but little to do on the last. These little daily deaths will destroy the power of the final dying. Seventh quote. The history of the world suggests that without love of God, there is little likelihood of a love for man that does not become corrupt. Eighth quote. God never ceases to speak to us, but the noise of the world without and the tumult of our passions within, bewilder us and prevent us from listening to Him. Ninth quote. True prayer is only another name for the love of God. Its excellence does not consist in the multitude of our words, for our Father knoweth what things we have need of before we ask Him. The true prayer is that of the heart, and the heart prays only for what it desires. To pray, then, is to desire, but to desire what God would have us desire. He who asks what he does not from the bottom of his heart desire, is mistaken in thinking that he prays. Tenth quote. Mankind, by the perverse depravity of their nature, esteem that which they have most desired as of no value the moment it is possessed, and torment themselves with fruitless wishes, for that which is beyond their reach. 11th quote. It is not the multitude of hard duties, it is not the constraint and contention that advance us in our Christian course. On the contrary, it is the yielding of our wills without restriction and without choice to tread cheerfully, every day, in the path in which Providence leads us. It is to seek nothing, to be discouraged by nothing, to see our duty in the present moment, and to trust all else without reserve to the will and power of God. 12th quote. Resign every forbidden joy, restrain every wish that is not referred to God's will, banish all eager desires, all anxiety, desire only the will of God, seek Him alone and supremely, and you will find peace. Thanks.